So I'm going to use again Quixel Megascans. So I'm just going to export this to Houdini. So it's going to appear right here. And when the asset comes from Quixel, it normally comes in this sub network, and inside you have like the materials itself and the scatter setup. Okay, I don't normally use the scatter that comes with this setup. I build my own, so I'm going to show you how. First thing, these rocks, I know that they're small rocks, tiny rocks, and we need them to be big. So I like to change this to 0.8 in here, so they are bigger rocks already. So you see that this file comes with different assets, and in here you're going to have like this blast that's going to select each of those rocks. Let me go inside this, and then we're going to delete the whole thing. Okay, we're just going to keep this object merge that will come with 5 different rocks in this case. So we have like 5 different objects, and all these objects, they are already packed geometry before merging. Okay, so then what I need to do, because we don't need this copy to point and this sphere, because we actually this is just to visualize. So what I need to do is I'll place a null, so we can create a melt scatter rocks. So this is the we're going to bring an object merge in here, object merge, and we're going to bring these points to this object merge. So then we have now the points, and we have now the objects. The thing is that if we place a copy to point in here, what will happen is that we're going to have only one rock, the first rock, scattered on those points. So let me do something else. From here we just want to visualize the terrain. We don't need to visualize these spheres anymore, and from here we want to see the copy to points. Okay, so what we have now is this is just a viewport optimization that show this bounding box, but basically we have the same rocks scattered all over the place, so we don't need that. What we need to do is to create an attribute wrangle, and this attribute wrangle, we want to have a few things. Okay, so let me place this into the input 1. You always read this 0, 1, 2, and 3. So the first one is actually 0, and the second one is number 1. So what we want to do is to have this, I already have like this saved as a Quixel preset, but it's a very simple code that means an integer object number is equal to the number of points of input 1. So basically the input 1 is this one. In this case we have 5 points. So let me get back. So the object number is equal to 5 in this case. So the integer variant is the one that we're going to use to, in here you can display this piece attribute that's called variant. Okay, so this integer variant is going to be equal to a formula that is the fit01. It's going to pick a random number between 0 and the object number, that in this case is 5. So between 0 and 5, so all this object is going to pick up a number from this. Every point is going to pick one of these numbers. So that's basically it. So now we have all these rocks scattered around the island. The thing that I actually not looking for these rocks that are just flying on this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to place a delete. After that, I'm going to I'm going to place a delete attribute here, and I'm going to delete this time by the points, and it's, let me just select this, let me visualize just the points. And what I'm going to do is going to delete by bounding box. I'm going to enable it and bring this here. I'm going to bring it up and make it really large, like 1000 by 10 by 1000. So have this huge, and we're going to delete the larger rocks. So I'm going to get in here. Now I'm going to do this, and I'm going to ghost all the other objects. I'm going to get here. Okay, so actually no, we just need this one because we're looking to the rocks. So now I can just come in here and drag this. So we start deleting the rocks that we don't want. Is this rocks, this one. Okay, so now we don't have these rocks that we had flying in here. And I also want to maybe increase the amount of, so this one, yeah, we can have even more points, and the radius scale we can have like it's 12, so we have more rocks. I like this. And maybe we can sync them a bit more. No, I think it's good. So let's render, and then I will fire the render, and then I come back to you guys so we can evaluate what we have so far. I have the render, I stopped the displacement of the ocean so I could focus on the rocks, and here it is. You have like all these rocks now scattered around the island, and of course you can change the parameters and play with the rocks, but I kind of like it the way it's showing here. And also the color, you can match more the color with this, the tone, and there's a lot to do to improve this setup. But at least now we have like these rocks, and we can't see very well the rocks under the water. I need to come to my ocean and change here this and get the refraction weight a bit more, so just so you can see the rocks. And it's not realistic now because we have this ocean, the bottom intersecting with the real thing here. But you see, we're going to have a lot of rocks when we set everything correctly. This is too much refraction, of course. I'm going to have less refraction, and yeah, that's it. So we have now, and the next step is to scatter the plants around this island. Great.